All right, I'm hitting the record button.
Okay.
Move, biscuits! She's so pissed at me.
She was like, oh!
She's like, shut up. Oh my God. Welcome back.
Welcome back to episode 2
of The World's on Fire.
The World's on Fire.
I don't think that was
I wanted
bad.
you to harmonize with me.
You lost it. We did so good.
I'm sorry.
We did so good. Biscuits!
If she pisses, first of all, I just got this couch cover. Well, I didn't just get it, but I just put it on today.
Yeah.
Luckily, it should be, I think it's piss proof.
I feel like we're manifesting her pissing.
I think we are. Excuse me.
Sit down right now.
So,
welcome back to the World's on Fire podcast.
Yes!
The podcast where we talk about whatever we want because the world's on.
And you know what that was? Gay! We know what it wasn't. We know what it wasn't.
We are so not in sync right now, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's the ADHD.
The world's on fire. How about yours?
So, this episode, we wanted to talk about Roxy not fucking digging into this goddamn couch. Ma'am, is it not to your liking?
If she
you better
lifts,
lay down, I swear to God.
Leg, I swear to God,
she won't lift, she'll squat.
If she squats, I'm gonna be so mad.
Roxy.
Content, yes. Not what I want to deal with.
Okay, we wanted to talk about movies, TV shows. I first wanted to talk about The Shining. I finally have watched The Shining. I do have a goal to watch all Stephen King movies. The only one
We watched The Shining together.
No, listen, I know. I'm saying I finally watched it. That was my first time watching it.
Oh, I thought you meant like individually by yourself. I was
No.
It was in my house.
We watched it together.
Yes.
And I do want to watch all Stephen King movies, but the only one I'm probably never going to watch is Cujo because it just...
I'm not watching Pet Sematary either.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm not watching watch that either.
No. Anything with animals,
but the rest of them are pretty... like your standard old movie looking.
I want to watch
Does
all
that make sense?
Old ones.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch... Because I loved... especially with you, I love watching them because we sit there and just cackle half the time.
Yes.
Because the jargon, the conversations, some of the cinematography is so funny.
So Dad and I were watching, there's this thing on Showtime where you have people who have done a lot of horror movies. They've either directed, they've been like acting in it, and they talk about different horror movies. And the one episode we were watching was about Stephen King movies. And they were talking about, so remember how I don't remember his name, don't get mad at me, but the African-American who gets killed, supposedly...
The black guy?
Yeah.
On The Shining?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he doesn't get killed in the book. But they did it in the movie because supposedly it helped the plot along. If they didn't do it in the book and the plot kept going, you don't need to do it in the movie, first of all. Second of all, I was very upset about it. I was so mad. And that's the reason in Dr. Sleep, which you haven't seen, but they do bring him back in Dr. Sleep to kind of like rectify that, to be like, ooh, sorry, didn't mean to kill the black guy. And it's like, you did.
Yeah, you're like, sure.
Also,
sure, Jan.
I did not know that in almost all of Stephen King's like movies, he does a cameo.
Where?
In so many of them.
Not in The Shining.
I don't think he did in The Shining.
Yeah, not in The Shining.
But he did in like It Chapter 2. There was a bunch of them that they showed. And I was like, that was Stephen King the whole time? Like, I had no idea. I kind of forget what the man looks like. Did I tell you
that Shelby my best friend met Stephen King's son in a Barnes & Noble? Yeah.
What are the odds?
Like recently. Like, I'm not... Like,
recently?
Recently. Like a couple months ago.
Wow.
We were walking around and we were at going to get a coffee, and all of a sudden I see her face like... And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? And she was like, oh my God, I think that's Stephen King's son. And he writes books, too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Just like him. Same premise and everything.
Okay.
Same, like, genre.
Okay.
Same genre and everything.
Jesus?
Hello? And, I was like, no. And she's like, no, I really think it is. And so I Googled him, and then I looked over.
You were one of those bitches?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay. And I Googled him, and I looked, and I was like, oh my God, that's fucking him. And she loves him. And she loves Stephen King. And I'm like, I love Stephen King, but not like that. Like, no. I'm not.
We're not that deep in it.
I don't read his books. I want to, but I have ADHD.
Same.
So I was like, okay. So we convinced her to go over, and she found one of his books. We were in a Barnes & Noble. lots of options.
Correct.
And she walked over and said hi to him and everything. She said he was the nicest guy. He was with his kids. They were here for some event that they were doing somewhere else, like a fair or something like that. His dad was at too or whatever. And they stopped in, did whatever. Can you imagine? He just has a whole stack of his own books. I'd be like...
Like that he's buying?
Yeah, for himself. He's like, I love myself. That'd be me.
No, if anything... If
we had a book, I'd totally buy.
Well, if anything, he'd buy them to, like, sign or, like, give away.
Yeah, he signed her book.
Really?
Yeah, and he was very nice. She said that he was a very, very nice guy.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk about The Shining. I'd never seen it. And again, Sam and I have been trying to watch a lot of the, like, old-timey, which, again, it's not that old, but we've been trying to watch movies that were coming out when our parents were kids.
Yeah. Because those aren't like the OG horror movies, but...
And The Shining's been something that I've always wanted to see, but I was always too afraid to because I didn't really know what was going on with it. So yeah, I went over to Sam's house and we watched it, and it was interesting trying to follow along. I just, can somebody tell me, I understand like the backstory stuff that people like are enthralled with, but the love that people have for The Shining, can somebody explain to me, at least movie wise? Because I bet the book is phenomenal. Because I like Dr. Sleep, so good. I watched it because I love Ewan McGregor. Mind you, some people might be mad. I watched Dr. Sleep before I even watched The Shining. I knew the general premise of The Shining, so I could follow along in Dr. Sleep.
Right.
But I just don't see... I'm probably going to get so much hate for this. God forbid people watch this.
The whole point of making a podcast.
I'm going to get so much hate for this. But
nobody watched this.
The Shining was good. It just wasn't what I was expecting based off of the reaction that people give for The Shining, how much they love The Shining, how much The Shining is shown in modern day movies now, where they'll have a little flashback to it and like here's Johnny, like it's funny.
The inspiration from that movie is very interesting to me. That people love it so, and the references, like my favorite movie is Toy Story, and the rug in Sid's house is from The Shining, and that's that's an inspiration from that. And so it's one of those things where there's so many different inspirations of it. The thing that I found interesting was like, one, this movie could not be made now the same exact way, because for me the pacing is just off. It was
hard to kind of keep up in certain parts.
The pacing. And the thing is like, and I think I said this, like I have my own little show that I'm doing on my own YouTube right now and that I'm posting, and I was saying on there that like I think I'm not talking about like pacing like, oh my god, millennials, they can't last more than like a minute. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about make the same movie, the exact same copy and paste movie, but at certain parts where the pacing is just a little, like, it's uncomfortable, and not in the way that it's intentional.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, maybe it's intentional.
I don't feel like it's intentional. I feel like it's just, that's the pacing of the movie.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if they cut like a couple seconds off of those weird pacing moments, it would do something. Because there was parts where the pacing was slower because you could tell that was the intention.
And that's how you were supposed to feel.
And that's how you were supposed to feel. But other parts, I was like,
what are we doing?
Can we get fucking go? Like, come on. You know what this movie would be? It would be an A24 movie. It would be like because A24 is not technically like, I don't think it's considered like an indie production or whatever.
It's like in between.
But it's like, I think it's like an in between or something like that. But I think it would be in the A24 genre.
Yeah.
Like in that world. Because to me, you know the movies, because I'm a simple girl with a simple mind. You know the movies that get like brought up for Oscars and you're like, that's going to be an Oscar movie. Like you just know it. Before they even get nominated, you're like, that's an Oscar movie. That's not a movie that normal people see. That's like big production. People shove it forward. It's just like, it's like a wink, wink, nod, nod kind of movie. That's what I felt The Shining was. I was like, it's one of those movies that, like, if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. Yeah. And that's okay.
I guess I'm still trying to fully get the ending where, like, you see the photo of him. And first of all, if anyone comes for me being like, The Shining's been out for how long? If I'm spoiling this for you, like, get over yourself.
The Shining's older than me, and I'm 34.
Yes. So the ending where it shows him in the old photo from, like, July 19-something.
Right.
That he was alive then. I'm still trying to piece that apart. I've been trying to watch a bunch of different things, and you've sent me stuff too on the TT.
I just don't like, this is a personal flaw of mine that I need to get over. I don't like feeling stupid. And sometimes when I watch certain movies and I don't get things like that, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I understood the concept of like the waiter guy being like, oh, like you're the man of the house, like you run this place, and then you see that photo, you're like, oh, like he did. But then it's like, okay, Has he been dead this whole time? Like, I'm still trying to understand the ending of The Shining and fully grasp it because I still don't get it. I do have to say, I don't know her name, the actress in that movie who plays the mom and the wife. People, like, love her.
I love her in the sense of, like, it's so camp.
Oh, well, first of all, I think that's why I like the movie, because of how camp.
It's like, this is true drama right here. This is hilarious.
Her screaming and trying to fight him off, and, like, I was like, ma'am, what are we doing?
It was giving very much, no.
Yeah, but also, like, a deep in her chest, like, ah, like.
She was like, you know when you think of, like,
I think she was losing it.
Horror movie girls and that guttural scream they have that they're always trying to make she is. Oh, no, she was fucked up.
She had that.
She got harassed by the director. It's like a whole backstory thing about that. Oh, yeah, she was screwed up because of all that stuff. Yeah. No, she had a bad experience.
But
she had a really bad experience. I think she got locked in a room or something. Yeah, it was really bad. They treated her horribly. Which
First of all did. When you think about all those movies, like back then, like Judy Garland and The Wizard of Oz.
I was just gonna say, I have a book that's called The Hitchcock Girls, and it's a book about all of the women that were in Hitchcock movies and the shit that they all went through. And yeah, Judy Garland. I don't even know how Judy Garland isn't like I didn't know how she didn't just drop dead.
She literally got slapped in a scene because she kept laughing at the Cowardly Lion, the line he was giving. It was really funny to her. And she couldn't keep it straight. So, like, when you see that scene and her face is, like, it's not makeup. Her face is in red because of makeup. It's because she got slapped across the face to keep it together.
The amount of drugs she did, she must have just felt like she was just, like, a puppet kind of booping around. Like,
it makes me sad.
Yeah.
When you see that, like, when I watch that movie now.
There's such beautiful movies that are so well done, and then they're just treated like garbage. Yeah. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it, but it was the times.
Which is so dumb.
The times are now, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's,
I don't know. If someone can explain the ending of The Shining to me, that to where I'll fully grasp it and understand.
Fully grasp it.
Firmly grasp it in your hand.
But give it to us like you're explaining it to, like, a 10-year-old. Say it to me like I'm a 10-year-old.
Okay.
And I think I would understand it better. Like, just because I'm 34, don't explain it to me like I'm 34. No, explain it to, like, dumb it down. And, like, keep it simple.
Yeah.
We should just ask Dad.
Yeah, but I asked him.
And what do you say?
He said, I haven't seen The Shining in a while. I don't remember.
What the fuck are you? What's the point?
Because I tried to explain it to him.
What's the point of being a dad? You're supposed to know everything.
Well, especially about horror movies.
Especially him.
Which, speaking of that, there was, what is it called?
There's a lot of horror movies coming out. Do you know that?
Okay, you know...
Dasher and Dancer.
Did you ever watch... No, I don't think you did. Did you ever watch The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor?
No, because I was scared.
Bly Manor, I think you could handle. Hill House would creep you out.
Scared.
It's really good, though.
One of them I tried to watch with Archer, and I was, like, scared.
It was probably Hill House. Bly Manor's not scary, in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay. That goes out to Steph if you're watching. Hey, girl, happy marriage. You're married, Caleb.
No, the actual thing. That's my opinion.
But the mom... She plays the mom in both of those series, which, first of all, if you haven't seen those series, they're on the net of the flicks. And they come out with The Haunting of Hill House. They have that one cast. And then The Haunting of Bly Manor, they have almost the same cast, but they're different characters. And then they do that with The Fall of the House of Usher. It's almost all those same people.
It's like American Horror Story.
Yeah, and it's so fucking cool. I love that.
I love that.
But the mom... She plays the mom from Spy Kids.
Yes, from Spy Kids. Yeah, okay. Yep.
I can't remember her name. I fucking love her. I think she's an underrated actress. She's phenomenal. She was in a Stephen King movie where she goes on, like, vacation with her husband. They've been having, like, a fallout in their marriage and shit, so they're trying to spice shit up. And he handcuffs her to the bed, and he's about to, like, probably do things that he shouldn't do because she's like, stop it. And then... she screams at him, and he ends up having a heart attack and fucking dies.
Love that.
No, you don't, because she's handcuffed to the bed, and now she's alone, handcuffed to the bed.
Oh. You could be in worse places.
So the whole movie is her...
Is her handcuffed to a bed?
Is her handcuffed to the fucking bed.
Boring.
And I think it's called, like, Gerald's Game or something. And Dad's like... We watched it, and Dad's like, I gotta fucking watch that, because, you know, she's, as days go on, number one, she's, like, starving. She starts hallucinating her husband. She starts hallucinating herself. And I guess in the book there was a lot more, like, hallucination characters that she saw, but for the movie's sake they kept it strictly to, like, herself and her husband. But it did look really good, and the clips that they showed, like, She's such a good actress. And I guess
this is an upcoming movie?
No, it's already been out. It's already happened.
Okay.
Because again, it was a Showtime thing where they were showing a bunch of Stephen King movies, like the top 10 best Stephen King movies.
Okay. Did you see that Ryan Reynolds movie where he's buried alive? Don't. It is so good that it's
well. First
awful.
of all, I think we talked about this when it came out. I think you said
Dad won't let me talk about it with him because he
gets claustrophobic. But one of our friends sent me a video of how to get out of a thing if you're buried alive, and it was giving me anxiety watching the little edit, like the little drawing of the person even trying to get out was making me anxious.
I think 98% of that movie is just Ryan Reynolds in a coffin.
Yes,
and it's like I can't breathe. It's so well done though.
Wait, so did
really
you
good,
see one of the first movies that he ever did? What was it? What was that movie? But it was a horror movie, and did it have to do with like? I don't think it was The Conjuring.
I always forget that he's in those movies.
Well, you remember it was it was when he was a baby.
Movie.
He was a baby in this.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies.
He's in a lot of movies that people forget about. Just Friends. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out.
Best Ryan Reynolds movie ever.
Even though Ryan Reynolds, that's a whole nother topic we can talk about. Yeah, we don't have.
That's a different podcast episode.
But I guess where they were filming or whatever, and what they were filming, there was a lot of things happening on set. People were getting cursed on set. People died, I think.
I thought that was The Conjuring.
Is it The Conjuring? Was he in The Conjuring?
He was in one of those horror movies. Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah, Google this, bitch.
Oh, I'm not. I'm IMDbing it, bitch. That's how you do it.
But that was insane that was happening during that. Like, and the fact that they kept going, I would have been like, no, we're done.
We're all set.
We're done. You know what? I don't need this paycheck. Yeah, I'd rather live.
We don't need to do this.
Because the things that I've read and seen in like clips about it is terrifying.
A lot of those movies are haunted.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds is possessed?
Yeah, it was called Buried. That was the movie I was talking about, Buried. So you're talking about, I mean, lately I do.
Do you think he got possessed from that movie?
Lately I think those things.
Yeah, it makes me sad. And so I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and it wasn't what I was expecting. But then when they show a lot of the things that he did in that movie to, like, throw shade at Justin Baldoni or whatever his name is, it just made me upset. I was like, Ryan, why couldn't you be one of the good ones? Like,
I mean, if they're a man, I just assume they're awful.
That's true.
That's what I've started doing. I'm like, you're a man.
I just like to have so much hope for people, no matter who you are. But I guess you're right. I just always end up disappointed.
I just always assume men are evil and just go from there and work backwards from that. And then usually I'm right.
Yeah, and I'm obviously disappointed about Blake Lively. I've always loved her. She was one of my first, like, celebrity female crushes. I always loved her hair. I still love her hair.
I was going to say, you can love her hair.
I love her hair. I loved Miley Cyrus's hair when she had her long hair during Hannah Montana.
Ever going to find this movie?
I don't know, because obviously he's been in like 50,000. Oh, Just Friends.
Amityville Horror, that's what it was.
Amityville Horror. So that movie, like, I will never watch that movie because of all the shit that was going on. I swear that movie's cursed.
Not Chanel sending me something that looked like, look at, absolutely not. Ew,
what are the odds?
Ew, that was disgusting.
That's haunting. Chanel, first of all,
you're not watching this.
How dare you? Yes, she will. We'll make her.
So? We'll force her. We'll hold her down and say,
we'll put toothpicks on her eyes and
watching it.
Better fucking watch it, bitch. And she'll probably like that.
Yeah, I want to watch more movies. I want to watch more horror movies, but I love the Scream franchise. Love that franchise. It's one of my favorites. I started watching the I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I think that's my vibe. I think it's like teenagers being scared and stupid, and
that's what pretty much all these are.
And being like,
well, minus Saw. Saw isn't like that.
Not watching that ever.
You're missing out on a great series.
No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that stuff.
The only reason I can watch Saw, well, first of all, my brain, I tell myself, I'm like, it's not real, so who cares?
It's spaghetti.
Number two, pretty much, I'm like, it's fake blood. It's a fake leg. Like, you can see in some of the scenes, like in the first one, where he, like, cuts his leg off, you can see, like, the way that he's dragging across, like, they didn't edit it well. No. You're like, his leg's still there.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But the concept of it, like, John Kramer, in my opinion, is he's one of the best horror villains, in my opinion, of all time. He's brilliant. His art, his craft, the reason why he does what he does is so cool. Mind you, when I was, how old was I? 10? when my best friend Steph and I were over at her house, and she's like, want to watch Saw 2? And I was like, my mom says I'm not supposed to watch those.
So let's watch it.
And she's like, yeah, but like my parents let me, so it's fine. And I was like, okay.
That's math. That's girl math.
We watched Saw 2. Mind you, I did really enjoy it when I was 10. But after that, I was terrified of Jigsaw Billy. I kept having nightmares of him putting me in the Saw game. Was terrified. Which is funny because now he's my favorite and he makes me laugh when I see him come onto the scene, because what happens is he comes in on his little bicycle.
Well, he's a drag queen.
As a little puppet, and the sound of the bicycle going...
He's a drag queen.
But the cut-ins to each person's face of seeing him come into the scene is the fucking funniest thing ever.
He's a little doll.
Like, what is it? And it's just a puppet.
No, it's like...
It's just a puppet with a tape recorder. Being like, play me.
Looks in the back and has just a red lipstick that just...
But going to see Saw 10 with Chanel was
10?
Amazing.
Jesus
Mind you, Saw
Christ.
10 is set between Saws 2 and 3.
I can't. That's too much.
Jigsaw.
I say that.
First of all,
it's got like 700 different fucking franchises.
First of all, Saw 6 is the best one out of the first 8. And then the best one that's like a side one that still has within like the premise of like John Kramer and shit is Jigsaw. So good. I love it.
There's side ones.
Yeah, so it's like Saw 1 through 8.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're done with that. And then they decided to do Jigsaw. Do not, if you decide to watch anything of the Saw series, you decide to watch the first 1 through 8. Do not watch Spiral with Chris Rock. You'll waste your time. Do not watch it. I'm
Chris Rock?
Chris Rock is in it, and it's horrible.
Rock?
It's terrible. First of all,
what is Chris Rock doing in a Saw-themed movie?
I don't know, but it was awful, and I don't suggest it to anybody.
Wait, Chris?
Yes, Chris Rock was in Spiral.
Will Smith slapped you across the face, Chris Rock.
Yes.
At the Oscars.
Yes.
Keep your name out my wife. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
He was in Spiral.
Rock.
He was in Spiral.
What?
And the only reason I watched the Saw series is for John Kramer and Jigsaw Billy. If you don't have either of those and something that's meant to be Saw related, I'm out. I don't want any part of it.
Chris Rock?
Yes, he plays the main like cop in the movie.
A cop?
He plays a cop.
Does he get hurt at any point?
I can't remember because I blacked it out because it was that bad.
I feel like that would be very entertaining.
I just remember that the killer that was pretending to be like the new bad guy was obvious.
Can you imagine him like getting his leg chopped off? I'd be like, what? Chris Rock?
Something happened to him, but I don't remember.
This isn't a bit. Like
no, this was real. Literally, you can literally IMDb it and you'll see Chris Rock.
Doing comedy while getting his leg sawed off.
No,
we're not doing that.
No, it was serious.
That's weird.
It was weird. But it was also awful.
I rebuke that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I hold the cross up to that one.
That is weird. And it melted his
Go
face.
to hell.
No.
But yeah,
I'm
still working on watching all of the Friday the 13th movies. I still need to watch a lot of like the Halloween movies, which I know are also kind of weird the way that they're like laid out. They're not technically in order, but they are in order.
That franchise is probably the most fucking ridiculous to kind of keep up with because they're all over the place.
I've seen the new Halloweens. Love them. Yeah. Except for the last one.
Yeah.
Trash. But
I just want to watch
the new It movies.
The old school ones. That's what I want to watch. Because I want to watch how funny they are.
So
when we were watching Jason running in broad fucking daylight.
Jason.
Is that who it was? Or Freddy? Who was it? Who's this one?
That's Michael Myers.
When Michael Myers.
I love that you use my tattoos as reference.
Which one's that?
Because I have them all.
When Michael Myers is running in not running.
He's slowly walking.
Okay. In broad daylight.
Driving a car in broad daylight with a mask on.
And he's just I'm like, what are we doing? He's hiding behind bushes with like a knife and he's like,
and they keep seeing him and nobody calls the cop. They're like,
he's
just
walking in the neighborhood from one house to the next.
Yeah.
I could just regularly walk and beat him to the next house.
Yes.
It was so funny. And I'm like, that's what I want to watch. Yeah. I want to watch like the campiness of horror movies because I think they're so fucking funny.
Wait, so you've seen all the Screams, the old and the new?
Every single one of them.
Oh, they're so good.
Every single one of them.
They're so good.
Who's
your favorite character?
But I like that genre of horror movie because they know they are aware
they know what
that
they're doing.
No, they're aware that they're in like a horror movie.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of winks and nods to that.
Correct.
And like lots of, stereotypical this girl, that guy, the black girl, the first girl to die, like there's always like the slut, like they're very much in on this joke.
Yeah, and they stick to the rules.
And I really like that. I think that's funny and I think that's why I enjoy it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
Come on. Who's your favorite character?
I like the newer girl. I like her a lot.
Not Jenna Ortega, but her sister.
Her sister.
Yeah, I like her too.
She's gone
Dewey.
now. Because,
Dewey's my favorite character.
Yes, Dewey's a good one.
Love.
Poor Dewey.
I know.
I know.
I was
if
devastated.
you haven't seen it, I don't care. I feel bad.
Dewey dies. I was devastated.
Yep.
He was murdered.
Yep.
He was gutted.
Oh, his death was
I was so upset.
devastating.
I was like, why?
Damn.
I'm like, did he agree to that?
The first movie's the best one, though. It's just so good.
Oh, it's campy. It's classic. You can't beat it.
Yeah. The acting is way overdone. And I love that too. I love the overdone acting.
But no, I like that in the Scream series, they stick to the rules. They stick to who the killer is going to be.
They talk about it.
You're never really surprised, but somehow they still surprise you.
I don't think you're ever surprised who the killer is. I think you're surprised who their accomplices are.
That's true, usually.
Because every one of them has some accomplice.
Like the last one.
That you never see coming because you're like, wait a minute, who?
Yeah.
Who's that? Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, well, my sister and my cousin and my brother all decided to start a cult and kill people. Like, what? Huh? Like, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that about those movies. So yeah, the next one I want to watch is Friday the 13th with Johnny Depp. That's what the next one I want to watch.
You mean Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street with Johnny Depp.
We'll get you there.
I know.
That one's really, like, first of all, if you haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street and you don't know the backstory of Freddy and who he is to these kids, it's disgusting.
A P-word, basically.
Yes. No, not basically. He is.
Okay, a P-word, yeah.
And I remember when I first watched it.
Allegedly?
No, not allegedly. He literally fucking was.
Is, yeah.
I remember when I first watched it, I immediately texted Dad and was like, how come you never told me? He's like, because you were a child. My dad used to tell me about these movies when I was a kid because I was always intrigued because he'd go to see them and I'd be kind of sad that I didn't get to go to movies with him. So I'd be like, what was it about? So he'd tell me about Freddy, he'd tell me about Jason. But so with Freddy, he just said, oh, he's a bad guy who can like get at you and he can kill you in your dreams.
Mind you, the only horror movie that Dad had said that in his entire life he was actually afraid of.
Yes.
He's never been
Freddy.
He's never been like afraid of a movie of a killer.
That like really creeped him out.
That was the one that he was like, and I'm like, oh, now we know why.
Now we know your darkest fear. But yeah, I didn't know that he was a P word, and I immediately texted Dad and was like, why the f didn't you tell me? He's like, because you were a child. Why would I tell you that?
Nah.
And I was like, I'm just really upset. That changes everything. I thought he was just this guy that came at you in your dreams.
That's like half the goddamn movies that are from back then are shit that you look back now and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah.
You're like, it's always been there. You're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the entire premise of a ton of movies from back then.
But that and Friday the 13th series are the two series I want to start, like, really watch, especially Friday the 13th. He fucking, like, goes to space and shit. Like, are you kidding me? That's got to be campy.
We definitely need to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer together.
Yeah.
You would crack up.
I think I've possibly seen the original, but it was a long time ago.
Also, when I told you that is where they got the premise of Boy Meets World's Halloween episode, and you didn't know that, I was like, Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it. She's literally in it.
Oh.
She's in it. And then she's in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't put that together.
I know. And I was like, hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Even I've known that
the
for
killer's
a while.
in the house.
The killer's in the house. It's me. It's me. Hi.
Oh.
So you wanted to talk about Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Yellow Jackets because you wanted to talk about it. You've told me a little bit about it. And I
don't want to talk about it as much as I want to bitch about it.
I keep seeing it come across my net of the flicks, and I'm like, should I watch it?
Okay. I think you should.
Just to have something to talk about?
With me.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
PETA, call PETA.
I get so nervous. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, so here's the thing. You should watch it because I need to bitch with somebody about it.
Okay.
Well, and Mom will only bitch with me so long, and then she's like, I'm sleeping. Get away from me. And then mom's like, I want to be in peace. Leave me alone. I'm like, fine, whatever.
Mom's like, I'm going to bed.
She's like, I want to play my games. Shut up. I'm like, fine.
That's true.
GG.
GG.
So I'm like, your father's pissed.
Your father's pissed.
Your father's pissed. So it like, you know, mom will only go for so long, and then mom's like, shut the fuck up, leave me alone. I'm like,
Mom's
okay,
like,
cool.
mom turns off her notifications.
That's the thing. Mom won't say, shut the fuck, leave me alone. She won't talk to you.
She'll just turn off her phone.
Dead cold, just mid-conversation, not talk to you anymore.
Yep.
You're like, and it's over.
And mom's done.
And she's done. Cool. I love that. When she starts saying, okay, you're like, and we've been cut off.
And then she blocks you.
You call her, you reach the house, nowhere to be found.
Nope.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, my mom.
Yellow jacket.
I love it and hate it. Okay, so I'm only on episode 4.
Is there even a premise though? Like,
oh, there's a premise.
Okay.
Oh, there's a premise.
Okay.
So the gist of the show so far is that there's this group of teenage girls. They're on a soccer team. I can't even explain to you as I'm watching the movie. This TV show. I had no idea what was going on in this TV show. Never knew what the story was. Never knew what the premise was. I just knew that it was a high school movie, essentially. Like TV show. Sorry, I keep saying movie. TV show. That's all I knew.
Okay.
Nothing else. Okay. So I went into this stone cold blind. And usually that doesn't happen. Usually
you usually look up stuff.
I'm usually like in the know of shit. It's not even that. It's just in your face all the time. So
True.
like you can figure it out for yourself.
Yellow Jackets hasn't, like, you see, like,
it is, but it's like,
but you see ads of it, but you don't see like anything about it though. They're just like, watch it.
Okay,
and
so
you're
let me watch this. Everybody's talking about it. I love a good like drama show. I also love a good like teen drama show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see what happens. I'm like, maybe it's like Pretty Little Liars because I love the new version of Pretty Little Liars. It's one of my favorite like remade franchises.
Yes.
Because usually they suck at that. So
yeah, they failed twice.
they did great at this one.
Okay.
So I was like, cool, let me check it out. And I'm like, okay, it's on Netflix, cool. So I'm watching it. And the premise of the show is that there are these girls, they're on a soccer team, they're all besties, you know, some of them are besties, but also arch nemesis, like that whole catty bullshit high school shit. And they are going to a playoff game. And on the way to the playoff game, they go on a private jet. Because why not?
Okay.
Because one of the players' dads is super rich and never talks to her, but always loves to give her stuff. So they were like, oh, Mr. So-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, this is in the 90s, okay? This is the beginning. There's 2 worlds.
Oh.
First world is the 90s.
Okay.
Keep going with me.
Okay.
They get on the plane.
No.
Oh, yeah. When that happened, I said, what's going on?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I thought we were in high school.
Yeah.
One, why are we on a private jet in the 90s?
Yeah. And why are we crashing?
Why are we crashing? Like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what?
Did Daddy plan this?
I literally texted Mom and I was like, what am I watching? Like, what the hell is going on? And didn't see that coming at all.
No.
And I was like, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to say graphic because it's not graphic, but like, you're watching a plane go down and these girls suffering in it. It's so sad. Thank God I was watching it on my little phone. Because like on a big screen TV, I probably would have been like, shut it off, click.
Yeah.
So then essentially what happens is that they are stranded in God knows where woods. And they're with one of their coaches. Their other coach, spoiler alert, dies. Oh. So they only have their one coach. And basically they're trying to survive. And it is insinuated, as what I'm about to tell you about the other part of it, that something happened to them. They went through something traumatic, something crazy cuckoo happened, something weirdo happened. One of the forward shots that's like, I want to say like probably like only a month forward from when the plane crash happened. It's very much giving Riverdale in the woods, voodoo boo boo, like, what's this?
Culty?
Antlers, culty and shit. Okay? Running after a girl and like doing bad things to her.
No.
It's giving that. So I was like, Riverdale, fucking shoot me in the face. We all know how that turned out. The whole cast doesn't even want to be on that show.
No.
So I'm like, damn it. So I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to invest in a show that's going to end up like Riverdale. Because Riverdale season 1, incredible.
If you just watch Riverdale and just watch season 1 and never watch anything else,
shut the TV off.
You're good.
You're good to go.
Good.
After season 1, shut it the fuck off.
Garbage.
Don't ever watch. Actually, you know what? Watch season 2 for a laugh.
Season 2 is not terrible.
Season 3, don't do it. Don't waste your time.
Let's just say
after season 2, don't waste your time.
Let's just say eventually there is a killer called the trash bag killer.
It's not worth it. When Chad Michael Murray's face comes up on the screen, click the off button.
Yes.
Shut the TV off.
Yes.
Because that's when it goes.
When you see levitating babies over a fire, turn the TV off.
I actually kept on going past that one.
Because you love cults.
And
but we don't want to be a part of one.
I don't know. It depends.
No.
Maybe it's a cult that I like. Mm-mm. Maybe there's people that I like doing things.
Cults are bad.
Well, not the cult I want to be in.
What cult is that?
Then I guess it's not considered a cult if it's good, huh? Isn't cult like insinuating that's bad?
From what I know, cults are all bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They when they say you're in a cult, it's a negative. It's a bad thing. It's a negative.
But when you're in a religion, it's great.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Anyways, so now we have the second part of the story, which is
this all still in episode 1?
Oh, girl. It's not a show that you can't watch. You have to watch the show. You can't have it on the background.
Can't be ADHD watching?
No.
God damn it.
You have to pay attention for the most part. Like, I was coloring while I was watching it.
Okay.
So, like, I was listening to everything. Like, It was all good. So, we also are hyper aware that we're also in the current day, too, where they're adults now.
Okay.
And so one of that, so
they're still on this island or whatever? As adults?
No.
Okay.
So we're following 4 of the women.
Okay.
There's 4 women that are main characters from that group, / kind of a 5th one. Mm-hmm. So Christina Ricci from like Wednesday and all that stuff, she's in it. She's fucking wacko and she's so good. You know when someone's so good at being an actor and actress when they make you so uncomfortable? That's Christina Ricci's character. She makes me so uncomfortable.
Okay.
But I'm like, she's doing her job then. She's doing a great job. But also anytime her scenes come on, I get a little uncomfortable because she's so good at it. She's doing a great job. She should win awards for her scenes. She's so good at it.
Okay.
So it's Christina Ricci's character, and she is a nurse at an old people's home. Should she be? Already bad. Yeah. Already bad. And I'm like, not this girl.
Yeah.
Not when you're watching what she's like as a little girl. Not this girl.
Yikes.
Then you have this other woman, and she had an affair in high school with her best friend's boyfriend, got pregnant, and now we see in the future that they got married. They have that daughter.
Oh.
But we don't know anything in between.
Okay.
We don't know anything in between yet. And this is episode 4. We still don't know anything in between.
Okay.
And then we have this other girl who is she's this very smart, intelligent black girl, very alpha girl, but also is willing to get into some shit to get what she wants. Mm-hmm. And she grows up and she's trying to be like a senator or governor or something. And she's gay, and her wife is a girl that was on the plane crash with her. Oh. We find out eventually that that's kind of who that was. And she's like a year younger than her, I think.
Okay.
And they have a son.
Okay.
And he's creepy.
Oh no.
He's weird and scary and like that kid should be locked up kind of creepy kind of stuff. The stuff that he's doing, I'm like, no, stop it. Stop it right now.
Yeah.
He's freaky. And so that's them. And then we have the last one is this girl, and she's kind of like the badass. She's always getting in trouble. Her parents live in a trailer, stereotypical bullshit. She's always causing trouble. Well, she grows up and we find out that she's been in and out of rehabs like no one's business for years. Okay. And is an alcoholic, drug addict, whatever the hell she is. And she gets out of rehab, and she is basically, you find out that the women have kind of always been in contact with each other in various different ways, and they're clearly keeping a secret between them about what happened.
Probably happened there.
And the woman who's queer and is trying to be like a governor or whatever, you can tell that like her wife doesn't really know that she's still talking to some of them. Oh. So like the mom who had the affair with the boyfriend or whatever, she has a burner phone that she keeps and calls one of the other women. That's intense. There's a lot going on. It's a very intense show. Like, don't go into it being like, oh, this is going to make me feel just chill and that's just another show I could watch. No. It's like an investment show. Okay. It's not Game of Thrones, but the same idea of like, no. If you're going to be in it, you're going to be in it to win it.
Yeah, because there's another season now.
No, you're not. The third season's about to come out. There's already 2. So you're investing, okay? I just feel like I need to invest in it with somebody else.
Yeah.
I can't do this on my own, you know? It's a lot.
Okay.
It is a lot going on. It's a whodunit. So basically
I love a whodunit.
So basically what happens is now that they're older,
yeah,
somebody is trying to bring up the past and what happened. Someone is trying to bring up what happened when they crashed and they were on the plane and all that stuff. And
cannibalism.
They kind of first episode. I'm not joking.
I don't
put it
past them.
First episode. And so throughout the show, the adult versions of them kind of meet up with old people that were in their lives, old boyfriends, old friends, old people that they were on the plane crash with, but all this kind of stuff to try to figure out what the fuck's going on, because they're all getting targeted and talked to in some weird ass ways. And like my God, mom who is married to the boyfriend, she's a wacko. She's convinced he's cheating on her, but she doesn't 100% know. So she cheats on him with this super hot mechanic. He's so hot.
Why do people do that?
He's so sexy.
Can I ask why people do that?
I'm not gonna lie.
If you don't 100% know and you're guessing and you're gonna cheat, that doesn't make you any better.
Well, the thing is that she gets in a car accident, fender bender, and it's with this hot mechanic guy, and he's super hot.
So she fucks him, so she doesn't have to pay anything.
Basically, I mean, allegedly, essentially.
That's how you get out of shit.
But like, he's gorgeous, and I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, honey, do him. Okay. But what's funny is there's this scene, which I'm not spoiling anything in this, but there's this scene where the couple goes to the therapist, and the therapist is like, you guys need to figure it out. And they're like, oh. She goes, I'm gonna give you an assignment, and they're like, ugh. And she's like, you guys are gonna have sex, but you're gonna fulfill a fantasy for each other to really get each other going. And it's it's gonna be good. And she's like, and he's like, ugh.
Of course.
They go home, and we're talking I think the show is based in California, but it's getting very Midwestern family, very innocent people. He owns a furniture store. Okay. We're talking very, very pasty white people. Okay.
So it ain't going to be anything too exciting.
He's hot though. Okay. He's very attractive. Okay. Very fit, very attractive. She's giving on purpose mom. A mom.
Yeah.
And so they're in the bedroom, and she's being kind of clunky, and she's just like, this isn't sexy. I'm taking my shirt off. And he's like, come on, let's try it. So his fantasy is he wants her to pretend that she's a customer coming in to look for furniture.
Of course.
And I'm like,
something dumb.
Because this has clearly happened before.
Yes.
That someone's coming into your furniture
like that
store.
King size bed, please.
You did better than
for you to fuck me on.
You did better than she did. So she's trying, and he's just she's uncomfortable, not getting it or whatever. But you can tell that that's not her though. She's not uncomfortable. She does know what she wants. She does know how to do things. It's just with him, it's a vibe and a weird ass
She's
shit.
Not feeling it anymore.
Because in the first scene that we see her in, she's in her daughter's bedroom, laying on her daughter's bed, vibing with her daughter's vibrator, staring at a picture of her daughter's boyfriend. She knows things, okay? She's not an innocent little angel. And then when she's screwing the mechanic guy, they're screwing in cars on the side of the road. They're jumping off fucking bridges, jumping into water. They're acting cuckoo crazy.
Okay, she's giving... I didn't get to have a childhood, so
That's what the jumping off the bridge thing was.
I'm mentally stunted.
Yeah, she also saw a bunny in the backyard of her house that was chewing up all of her garden, and she killed the bunny, skinned it, served it to her family, and then they said, oh, what is this? And she goes, haha, it's a bunny I killed out back. And they're like, haha, good one, honey. And she's like, yeah, haha, chicken. No, it was the bunny that she popped in the head and killed and skinned out back. Oh, it's a insane television program. I don't know if I like it or not, though. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Don't watch it if you're like, I just want to watch a long TV show. Go watch fucking NCIS or something.
No, I'd probably do it when I'm in my I want to watch a docuseries vibe.
See,
I need to be in a dark headspace.
I want to watch a docuseries so bad, but there's no good ones out right now.
What ones have you watched?
The last docuseries that I watched was about Vince McMahon from WWE.
I don't remember what it's called, but there's one about, I like to watch a lot of either the like serial killer ones,
yes,
or there's one about this guy who moved to a new area, wanted to starts dating this woman, ends up like it's not serious, starts to date another chick, not that serious either with both of them. And I don't want to spoil it. I need to find the name of it so I can specifically tell you after, because you should watch it if you haven't. Because I made Steph and Megan watch it, and they literally were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can watch anything involving Waco. I don't know what it is.
Ooh, I can't do that.
I can watch anything and everything involving it, seeing all the different backstories of like what that day, how it went down, how they got to where they were, seeing, you know, the Branch Davidian side and then the FBI side, and I can watch all that stuff.
I don't know why I don't like things like that.
I don't know what it is about it, but that day
like
fascinates the fuck out of me.
To do with like school shootings. I don't like anything where the plant. I will say I do like religious cult stuff, even and that is what that is. But I don't know what it is about Waco that I'm like, I don't want to. No, I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. It makes me feel gross. But
probably the children, and obviously the fucked up shit that the FBI did, and whatever the next agency, whatever that. But they did.
Watched the one. I watch a ton of. Oh my god! You know, it's a really good one. The one that's about. It's on HBO. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's on HBO, and it's about these people that basically they decide that they are not going to be owned by the government. They don't want to have social security numbers. They're going to live. They're like, nope, we got nothing to do with that.
I mean, good
so
for
they
them.
moved to Boca. Like,
where's that?
Boca, Jamaica, one of those random places. And they have like their own little life. It's very MLM, very scam. Okay. But one of these guys gets too far deep in, gets a little cuckoo crazy, starts drinking way too much to the point that he has like I think liver failure or something, and ends up turning like, no joke, Homer Simpson yellow. It is wild. It's really good. I will send you that one too.
Okay.
Cuckoo crazy for Cocoa Puffs. Like weirdos. It's so good though.
Okay.
But I'm just like, maybe I'll watch that one that you're talking about. Because I need one. I need a new one.
It's really good.
I'm craving a documentary.
I'm craving a documentary. Stalker vibes. Are you okay with stalker vibes?
Yeah, I watched the one that's in The Night Stalker. Did you watch that one?
Yeah.
That one was scary.
Yikes.
But it was good.
It was good.
But that one was I'm never leaving my house.
If you guys have any docuseries, let us know.
Comment below. We'd love to try a new one. Like I've watched so many of them. My other thing that I'm trying to do is I always go to Netflix.
Yeah.
And I need to go to a different platform. I just watched the Diddy one.
Hulu has a lot.
I just watched the Diddy one. And it was good. I was actually talking to our cousin Tiffany about it. And I was actually shocked how many people that were close to Diddy that they got to do the documentary. They got his ex-wife Kim Porter's baby daddy ex-husband to do the interviews. It was crazy. And he is one of the people that allegedly Diddy attempted to have, you know, and he was doing an interview, and I was shocked. Damn. I was like, damn. And we also know that he hates him a lot for obvious reasons.
Wow.
But that was crazy to me. I couldn't believe they got him on there. I was like, damn.
Good for them.
It was good. It was actually really, it was awful, but it was a good documentary. It was well done. It was horrible.
Yes, what happened?
But
yes.
I think I'm gonna start like creeping around other places. I don't know. I just like I don't know. I kind of like trust Netflix documentaries. I feel like they're well done.
Hulu's are really good. Hulu has some really good ones that I've watched. HBO Max is 50-50.
I feel like it is Russian roulette over there.
It is Russian roulette.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Prime, I haven't looked on Prime yet.
Oh, you know what I hate about some of the documentaries that I feel like Max does a lot of this for some stupid ass reason, is the reenactment shit. I don't want to watch that.
Well, that's true.
I don't want to watch that. I just want to watch you talk about what the fuck happened.
I think I've noticed it might be, I could be wrong. I think HBO Max has a lot of 9/11 shit.
I don't know what that's about.
Me either. When you put it in alphabetical, it's like 9/11, 9/11, America, 9/11.
I will watch the 9/11 documentaries if it's about the government part of it.
Yes.
If it's about the humans, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it's too sad.
Can't do it.
It's too sad.
I fucking lived it.
Yes.
I didn't live it, but like we were alive when this happened.
During it.
It's our first trauma as Americans, like for our age, for millennials. I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, that was like our first millennial trauma that started it all.
Yep.
And
which goes downhill from there.
But when they talk about like conspiracy theories in the government, I love a conspiracy theory. I love a conspiracy theory.
We will probably have a whole episode of conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, ones that we believe, ones that we're like, calm down. Yes. Yeah, we should do that totally. I love conspiracy theories.
Those I could go forever.
Especially government ones, because in my opinion, allegedly, they're true.
Yes.
I think they're
allegedly.
I think they're put out to seem like allegedly. I think they're put out to seem like conspiracy theories, but I think they're real. I think it's all a bunch of lies. A secret society. Anything to do with John F. Kennedy, anything to do with him and his family, so his fucking, I will never get over this. And I know I'm like beating a fucking dead horse because everybody knows this. His sister had a lobotomy.
I didn't know that.
A lobotomy. That's crazy.
We would have been lobotomized.
Hell yeah.
If we were alive back then,
willingly.
Lobotomize me now.
I would have been like, do you want help with that?
Yeah. That's insane that they even did that, period.
Their family and their whole lives are insane. Also, Jack Schlossberg for president. Who would it be? His great nephew? Grandson? But he's essentially the Kennedy bloodline, and he's, I think, my age, and very handsome, very nice, very progressive.
Yeah.
Him and AOC, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Let's just get radical.
I love AOC.
I love AOC. She's that bitch. I love her so much. And Jack Schlossberg, same thing. Very, very radical in a good way.
Yes.
Very call your ass out. Yeah. Very kiss my ass. Especially with his uncle trying to be in charge of healthcare, which is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend, if you can follow Jack Schlossberg, he's fantastic. I love him so much. But his family is wild. Their family's insane. It's crazy. The depths of their family, the span of their family too, that like wires into other parts of, like, one of the Real Housewives was married to a Kennedy. And I'm like, the Housewives,
damn,
what the fuck? Like, or a part of the Kennedy line or whatever. And it's like, it's everywhere. Like, the Kennedys are in everything, in everywhere. And that's current time. Like, it's crazy. Their family is so fascinating to me. And so anything to do with them, any books, any movies, any documentaries, like, sign me up. Yeah. Because their family is just nuts. And it's so entertaining.
It is fascinating.
Yeah. Another family that's really interesting is, what's his name? Anderson Cooper's family. His family is the Vanderbilts, and their family is rich.
Well,
they were like old school rich.
Have you seen the documentary on HBO Max about Armie Hammer's family and his past and like where his family is originating from? And
I saw the Armie Hammer documentary.
But it shows like his family's past and like why he is the way he is.
Oh, that was normal.
That was disgusting.
But also,
poor Timothy Chalamet had to make out with that man.
Dude, Timothy Chalamet's family is like a long running history in Hollywood. I wonder hopefully he's one of the good ones.
I hope so, because I love Timmy.
He's dating Kylie. I have questions.
I can't believe they're still dating.
I don't understand, because they will take a man down.
Is it bad that I think about them having sex?
I find it to be boring. I don't think having sex with her would be that fun.
But I think, is he good at sex?
I think he is. You know what I think he's good at? I think he's good at going down on bitches.
Oh, for sure.
I don't necessarily know that.
He's a giver.
I feel like he's a Renaissance man. I don't think he's the kind of guy that is like hammering it down and, smacking that ass.
But you think he missionary all the time?
But I think he likes to make love.
I think he's a make lover.
Which is awkward. Because you don't always want to make love. Sometimes you just want to get it in and out and get it out and get it dirty.
Oh.
And sometimes it's awkward. You know those Hollywood guys? They're just... So you're telling me if you ever had sex, see episode 1, I think, that you want to make love every time you have sex.
No.
Exactly.
No.
I think he's the type of guy he's always emotionally there. I don't need you to be emotionally there. Call me a whore and let's get to getting, okay? I don't got time for that. You need a variation. Hollywood guys?
I think he can, though. I think he can. He's an actor.
He's an actor. He's also...
I think he could act the part.
I don't imagine having sex with him or him having sex in general, because he's not he's so little, I'm like terrified.
But that's what's sad is that he's my type.
I know he is.
So I think about it. I'm like, well, I wonder what he's like in bed.
I think about that with strangers on the street. I tell my husband all the time, I go, do you ever sit in a restaurant and think to yourself, people have had sex in this room?
Like, do you think
today, an hour ago?
Well, yeah, I think about that a lot
all
too.
the time.
Because I don't do that. So I'm like, ew, those people had sex today probably.
But sometimes I wonder if it's the people that I think the least likely to have sex are the ones that are boning all the time. Because according to Carrie Underwood fans, I never have sex and I've never been on a date. Anyway, that's our podcast.
Tune in next time.
To and I think of Dalmatians when they're watching the movie. It's like
Canine countries, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, guys, we love you so much. Have a great. That's so fake. Anyway,
that's so fake. Make sure to follow us if you like.
If you don't follow us,
just know
a bird will shit on your head.
Just know, number 1,
follow us.
This is gay. Number 2, this is a safe space.
For straight white men.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Unless
not.
You're an ally, get the fuck out.
My husband is an ally.
Unless you're an ally and you support gay rights, women's rights, Black Lives Matter, trans rights.
You can come here.
My phone supports.
Your phone, gay.
Make sure to follow us. We'll leave links to things where you can support, marginalized groups. You can support the California wildfires.
You can support my bank account. I'm just kidding.
I mean, these days,
twice I've tried to get a sugar daddy. We'll talk about that on another episode.
Oh, I could tell you stories of things I've tried to do to get money.
Okay.
You'd be surprised.
Let's do an episode.
All right. Well,
love you guys.
Bye. Bye. Not the peace sign.
So millennial.
So white American.